Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. That's your weather report. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, um, I'm here to show you the Zentangle for today. It's called a Zinger. Isn't that the cutest thing? How they're, um, I don't know why they remind me of bumblebees, but it's a Zinger. Here's one I did on a tag for us who love to do tags to put into journals. This is one very simple way and very beautiful way to do a tag with the Zinger. And so that's what I'm going to show you today is how I do that one. Okay, Zinger. Um, okay, so we're going to show you how, now see how I did this one is I made a starting point here with a line like the ground, like these are growing out of the ground then. And I did a different Zentangle pattern here at the bottom. And so that's what I'm going to do. I turned on the film without first getting my, so I'm gonna use my tag and I'm going to just make a starting point like this is the ground. So that's my starting point for my Zinger. And then I'm going to use, I broke out my micron pens. I made myself a little chart that I keep in with the pen so I know which one has which. There was 4 pens in this grouping that I purchased, and there's a 005, 02, or 0.005, 0.02, 0.01, 0.03, 0.05, 0.08, a G1, and a brush. So in each one you can see how it gets. I wrote each one of these numbers with with the matching pen, and you can see how they get broader. The line gets broader on each one. So I think I want to use the I'm going to use the 01, and then it shows right here on the pen 01. It shows you on the end too, but I can't see that one. Oh, put my glasses. This time I got my glasses. Oh, yeah, now I can see it. It's amazing. And so this is archival ink. More pigment ink for waterproof and fade-proof fine line. Oh, that's good to know that it's waterproof, because being waterproof, if you want to do any of your coloring with watercolor pencils or watercolors, then you know that your ink isn't going to spread. Okay, so this is very simple to do. It's going to be very simple to explain, but then I want to just kind of show you a little bit too about how I went about this tag. Okay, so anyway here, all the Zinger is like a stroke. Let me see if I can pull you in just a little bit closer. Okay, a stroke. And then you make a small oval at the top. And it's kind of the opposite. Your oval goes the opposite way than the stem. The stem is going this way. The oval is going this opposite way. And then just working from the top of that oval, make another one just on top of it. And then I'm sticking with 4. Excuse me. 4. That's 3. And that's 4. Each one getting a little bit larger. And then I'm going to go back to smaller ones and make 3 more. You know what? I'm going to do 4 more. Do an extra one there. So the top one then ends up to be small like this one. So I'm sure that if you do more ovals, you're just going to get a longer zinger. I don't think that there's actually a set amount that you're supposed to make. And then when you get to the top, just do a few little speckles going from the top. And then you can make another one. Then go make another. And they don't have to go in the same direction, and they can cross over. Okay? And so crossing over, then here I go with another small, and then one a little bit bigger. But I don't like make the whole, I go from the oval that's already there and just make that next one so they're melded together. And then there's 3, and there's 4. And then I'll go smaller, smaller, and smaller. And then the little dots. I get them dots going the same way as the curve of the string. And then we'll make a little short one here. So we have a very small oval, and then a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Almost looks like a honeycomb or something. Well, maybe not a honeycomb, something. And then smaller, 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 and a little bitty one at the top. Maybe I like that little bitty one at the top. And then the dots. We'll make a little short one right here. And then little one, a little bit larger, a little bit larger, a little bit larger. And then a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller, and the bitty. Yep, I like the bitty at the top. I'm going to stick it over here too. Okay. And then those dots. And then we're going to go here. We'll cross over and bring one over here. And then we have little bitty, a little bit bigger, a little bit larger, and a little the huge one. And then we'll get, now we're going to go smaller again. And then those dots will go off the card. And then, let's see, I'm going to go get one up like this. Oh, I'm going to get one way up there. And so, and then we start with the little, and a little bit bigger. That's the Mac Daddy of them all. It's all tall and everything there, see? So there you go. And then I want to get smaller, 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 and little bitty. You got room for one little dot there. Okay, so now what should I do? I need to get one more. I'm going to, okay, I'm going to go like this way. It's going to pass behind that one there. And so I can get one here. Little tiny one. A little bit bigger. Little bit. It's kind of a flat oval, actually. Not so much of an oval, but it's kind of flat. Now, I think that's beautiful. And so now, now you can go with any of the tangles that we've learned thus far. I'm just going to go with the checkerboard like I did here, but I'm curving mine a little bit. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. Who knows? So I changed my mind so much midstream. Okay, now get this one going this way, curving my lines a little bit so I have kind of a curved checkerboard, just because my hand wants to go that way. That wasn't my plan in the beginning, but my hand wants to move that way, so that's the way it's going to be. So there. Now I'm not going to use this fine point to color them in. I'm going to get, let's see, the one that says brush. Okay, so I'll find the one that says brush. Oh, that one's right here. That one says brush. Don't you love my little unicorn bag I put them in? That's beautiful. Love it. So now I'm going to use that brush tip and I'm going to color in every other one. So even though it's a brush tip, it's still a nice fine point on the brush tip, so I can get into the corners nicely. Well, kind of nicely. I don't stay in the lines. I never have been good at that, even in kindergarten. So, that's what I'm doing. Okay. I like the checkerboard look. I just, you know, there's some of, everybody has their favorites when it comes to doing any kind of a Zentangle image, is to use your favorites. I seen one picture where somebody did an image of a young lady, which it was a picture of a young lady, but all of her hair was a different tangle. Like it had so many different tangles just going down to make her hair, and it was so pretty. And I thought, gosh, I want to try to do that because it just, the outcome was so beautiful. And so as we are learning new tangles, then, you know, like right now I'm pretty much having to refer back to the tangles that I've learned to remind myself, refresh my memory of what I've done. But in time, after I've done them for a while, let's see, this is number 33, so I've only been doing them for a month. And I still have to refer back to my images to remind me, and sometimes I have to go back to my own videos to see how I did it. So it doesn't just all settle in and you remember it for life. It's just you got to keep doing them. You keep doing them and keep doodling. And then of course you come up with your own, you know, after a while you've got so many to work from. And then you have also, like, you make some kind of an image, and then you can, maybe it was a tangle that you learned, but then you started playing with it a little bit more, and your you put your own spin to it, you add to it, and then you say, oh wow, this is amazing, you know. And then knowing that you came up with it on your own, it just gives you that fluffy feel good feeling that, you know, something that you look so hard. If you're just looking at the image, you think, oh my gosh, that just looks too hard, I can't do that. And then when you do it, when you actually do it, then you just, it gives you that really good feeling. Say, wow, I can do that. And so that's a very good thing. And like I said before, you know, the way of the world now with the virus going around and everything, and you know, it just it's kind of worrisome. It makes you worry, and it's just the nature of it, human nature. You know, for one day you might think, oh gosh, it's not going to get to me, and then the next day you think, oh my goodness, it sounds like it's getting worse, and then you worry some more. I would just quit. Every once in a while I watch a little bit of the news to see if there's anything new coming of it, but not very often. I just stay right here at home, and I find things just like this to keep myself busy and think about pleasant thoughts. And when you are doing any kind of an art project, any kind of art, any kind of doodling, um, it brings you to that Zen mode we've talked about, that that does not allow worry to enter in. It's like you put a detour up. You just say, okay, you got to here, go somewhere else and bother somebody else. Don't bother me. And just it just puts a block. It just puts like a block there that worrisome stuff can't get in. And so look at there. See now, I'll cap that tightly. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to get a lighter, a thinner one. This one's the O1. I'm going to take this one because what I want to do now is I want to just go on each one of these and just kind of put a little line. Just put some lines in there, and that kind of finishes it off so we don't have like blank spaces down here on what I'm calling the ground, because I kind of look at the zingers as kind of my flower garden. I could color them if I wanted to. I think this one is going to stay mostly black and white, the zinger part of it. And then what I'll do next, I might put a little color. And so, but this is fun. Now this, as you can see, it doesn't take much time. It just, but it puts you into that little quiet time, meditative kind of a mode, which I think we all need that kind of stuff every once in a while. You need just to get out, away from the hustle and the bustle of world living, or whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. And today is Sunday, and I was raised up as to Sunday is really the day of rest, you know. And so you don't ever do any big, my dad was, you didn't even spend money on Sunday. And so that's the kind of way we were raised. Okay, now I've got the bottom, what I calling the ground. The zingers are growing out of the ground. And then up here at the top, you'll see I put a little sunflower at the top. And so if you didn't see the little flower that I've done before on a tangle, we just make a half moon right there. And then once you do the half moon, then you just make a row of the letter C along the half moon. Now you got the little pokey out things. Then everywhere there's a C, we want to make a petal with a point at the top. A flower petal, using that C as your starting and finishing point for the petal. And see, just put a little point at the top. So you're making like a little oval that's got a point at the top. This was one in one of the tangles we did just recently. So here's how you get going with your putting your tangles together. Now, if I would have looked at this tag a month ago, just starting, I would have said, no, I can't do that. Now I'm putting little sunflower seeds inside my sunflower there. I love them, little sunflower seeds. There you go. And so then I'm going to put one right here on this corner of this tag. See there? And so I'm going to go with that letter C and make those letter C's around that little moon shape. And then I'm going to go with my petals, which is an oval shape with a point on the top. 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 And I'm really loving my pens now that I've decided to actually use them. I was scared to use them at first, but then my friend said, get them out and use them. They'll be fine. Okay, and so then I put my little they're like the little veins that go up, and they're just the little swipes. Puts a little shadow in the bottom of those petals. And then I'll put my sunflower seeds. Yeah, these pens were really not that much money. I think about $12 for the whole set of 8. And so that wasn't like really too bad, I don't think at all. And so, and the main thing is make sure you cap them tightly right away when you're finished using them. And then I'm going to just take a yellow, let's see, I'll go to my, let's see, I'm going to go to my colored pencils right here. Let me get a yellow colored pencil, and I'm just going to color just the petals of the flowers with my yellow colored pencil. This colored pencil, it's a Crayola. And so, and that's all I'm going to color is just those petals of that flower. You could go with maybe a little of orange color too if you wanted to. And like a light orangey. But that's it. That's, now see there? That's the Zinger. You see there? Oh, this one when I colored this one, I used a yellow Sharpie marker. But that's it. That's what I wanted to show you today was the Zinger. And so I hope you try a Zinger. I really hope you try Zinger because they're fun and they're beautiful, and look, this is something nice if you're writing somebody even if you're just signing a birthday card for somebody. You can just go ahead and put some zingers at the bottom of your card and just put that little bit of artwork right there in with your signature. And it's Sunday. Since it's Sunday, I'm going to sing. So you might want to either listen to me sing, or you might want to turn it off. It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind. But I do this mainly for myself. And let's see what we have here. Let me see what we have here. Let's sing this one right here. We gather together. This is a lot of people sing this at Thanksgiving time. We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He chastens and hastens his will to make known. The wicked oppressing now cease from distressing. Sing praises to his name. He forgets not his own. Beside us to guide us, our God, with us joining, ordaining, maintaining his kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we were winning. Thou, Lord, west our side, all glory be thine. We all do extol thee, thou leader triumphant, and pray that thou still our defender wilt be. Let thy congregation escape tribulation, thy name be ever praised. O Lord, make us free. And with that, I leave you. I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and I will see you on the next video. And be sure and try the Zinger. God bless you all.